That is chapter number 9. In chapter number 8, we learned about the natural resources, right? We saw the uses of resources. Then we came to know about the soil. Then we came to know about the soil formation. Then we came to know about the types of soil. Then we learned today two new topics, that is soil conservation, that is soil preservation, and soil erosion. So that was all about chapter number 8. That is all about soil and different types of soils and uses of natural resources. Now in this chapter, in chapter number 9, we are going to learn about forest. We are going to learn about forest. Forest બધાને ખબર હશે, કેટલાએ જોયું પણ હશે, કેટલા ગયા પણ હશે, right? And the wildlife. The animals which are there in the forest, that is the wildlife, right? And its own resources. And its own resources. એ પણ એક important role play કરે છે environment ની અંદર. Even the wild animals play an important role in the resources. In the resources. एक food chain है, right? You might have learned in standard 9. There's a food chain even in the wildlife. Even in the wildlife. So that also plays an important role in the resources, right? જે મોટું હોય ને વાઇલ્ડ માં એનાથી જે નાનું હોય ને એને ખાઈ જાય, પછી જે નાનું હોય ને એનાથી જે નાનું હોય એ એને ખાઈ જાય, and it goes on. What happens? That's a food chain. So they balance themselves. They balance themselves. નહીતર એમનું population જો એટલું બધું વધી જાય, so it becomes very difficult for the humans to survive on this planet if that food chain is not being developed. If that food chain is not being developed, right? And it keeps on rotating. It keeps on rotating. So they balance themselves. That is even the resources. That is even in the resources of the wildlife, in the forest. In the forest, right? So I hope this concept is clear, right? Now let's learn what it is in this chapter. What is additional given in this chapter? The existence or progress and development of man is dependent on resources, right? The development of humans is dependent on the resources. We have been fulfilling our needs by getting them from nature since early times, right? આપણે આપણી needs satisfy કરીએ છીએ since the early times. Wherein the forests are considered to be and very important resources. Forests are considered to be and very important resources. A general meaning of forest is the accumulation of trees. What is forest? That has been clear or been defined in this simple term. That is, the general meaning of forest is the accumulation of trees, scrubs or heaps of grass, right? Trees, scrubs, alag plants, right? And heaps of grass, the wild grass, right? In natural vegetation, only that vegetation is included which can raise naturally without the help of man. This is called virgin vegetation, right? એવા vegetation અથવા એવું plantation અથવા એવા plants, એવા trees જે naturally grow થાય છે without the help of humans. Without the help of humans, that is known as virgin vegetation, right? Seeds હોય ઉપરથી forest માંથી plants માંથી નીચે પડે, એ માટી એટલી સરસ હોય કે seeds માં પાછું પાણી આવે અને animals નું dungs હોય એમાંથી તે પાછું naturally ઉત્પન્ન થાય, right? This is what it is. That is wildlife resources. Because of the wildlife, that kind of vegetation is being grown, which is not being used by the humans most probably, right? But a wildlife માટે બહુ important, right? This is what it is. The vegetation which grows naturally, right? That is called virgin vegetation. Now such vegetation in India is available only in Himalayas. This kind of vegetation is only available in Himalayas. Sundarban, that is again in jungle, and the remote areas of Thar desert, right? Next, classification of forest. Forest classification is made according to different criteria. You have studied the classification of forest on the basis of climate in standard 9. You might have studied all these things in standard 9, right? Here we will know about 3 types of forest. We are going to learn about 3 types of forest, right? On the basis of administration, ownership and management. On the basis of administration, ownership and management. Types of forest according to administration. 3 अलग-अलग રીતે forest ને divide કરવામાં આવ્યા છે on the basis of administration. on the basis of ownership and on the basis of management. So let's learn the first type, that is the type of forest on the basis of administration. First, reserved forest. What is a reserved forest? Such forests are under the control of government directly. Total control એ forest નો કોના હાથમાં હોય? ગવર્મેન્ટ ના હાથમાં. ગવર્મેન્ટ ને પૂછ્યા વગર એ ફોરેસ્ટ ની અંદર તમે એન્ટર પણ ના થઈ શકો. That is known as reserved forest. Here there is a restriction on lumbering, collection of wood or pasture. Restriction છે. તમે કોઈ ઝાડ કાપી નથી શકતા, તમે કોઈ વુડ્સ ત્યાંથી લઈ નથી શકતા, અથવા કોઈ પેસ્ચરિંગ અથવા કોઈ વાઇલ્ડ એનિમલ્સ છે તમારી પાસે, અથવા કોઈ એનિમલ્સ છે તમારી પાસે કેટલ રિયરિંગ માટે, એ પેસ્ચરિંગ માટે અથવા એ જગ્યાએ તમે એનિમલ્સને લઈ જઈ શકતા નથી ફોર પેસ્ચરિંગ, રાઈટ? This concept, which is been under the control of government, is known as reserved forest. Second concept, protected forest. What is protected forest? These forests are looked after by the administration. These forests are being looked after by the administration. Local people are permitted to collect the wood and graze their animal without causing harm to any trees. હવે એ ફોરેસ્ટની આજુબાજુ જે લોકલ માણસો રહેતા હોય, મે બી થાઉઝન્ડ્સ ઇન નંબર્સ, રાઈટ? કારણ કે ફોરેસ્ટમાં ઘણા ઓછા લોકો રહે, રાઈટ? બટ દેર આર સ્ટીલ પીપલ હુ ડુ એક્ઝિસ્ટ ઇન ફોરેસ્ટ ઓલ્સો, રાઈટ? હવે એ ફોરેસ્ટ પ્રોટેક્ટેડ ફોરેસ્ટની અંદર આવશે કે એ ગામડાના જે લોકો છે એ એડમિનિસ્ટ્રેશન કરશે, which has been again under control by the government only, but they will allow certain people that are the local people to collect the wood or to graze their animals. But one condition, the trees should not be harmed. The trees should not be harmed. This kind of concept of forest is known as protected forest, which is again been controlled by the government only, but certain freedom is given to the local people who are living in that area or nearby that area. They are allowed to collect the wood, or they are even allowed to graze their animals, but without harming any trees. Third concept, that is unclassified forest. That is unclassified forest. What is an unclassified forest? These forests are still not classified. એક એવી ટાઈપના ફોરેસ્ટ જેમાં કોઈ ક્લાસિફિકેશન અથવા કોઈ સ્પેસિફિક વસ્તુ ગવર્મેન્ટે કીધેલી નથી. There is no restrictions on tree felling or animal grazing. કોઈ જાતનું restriction નથી. એ ફોરેસ્ટની અંદર તમે પણ જઈ શકો, હું પણ જઈ શકું at our own risk. We can cut the tree also, we can take the wood also, or we can even graze the animals also if we do have. Right? No kind of restrictions or rules and regulations are made in this type of forest. This forest is known as unclassified forest. This type of forest is known as unclassified forest, right? So that is the types of forest according to the administration. Next concept, classification of forest according to ownership, administration and management. હવે ત્રણેય વસ્તુ જો આપણે એવું એક્સપેક્ટ કરીએ કે ત્રણ વસ્તુ છે તો ત્રણેયના અલગ અલગ કોન્સેપ્ટ હશે, એવું નથી. ત્રણ વસ્તુ છે, એડમિનિસ્ટ્રેશન, ઓનરશિપ અને મેનેજમેન્ટ. તો જે આપણે ટાઈપ્સ જોઈ ગયા, that is based on administration. Now we expect કે હવે આવી જ ટાઈપ્સ ઓનરશિપની હશે અને મેનેજમેન્ટની પણ અલગ અલગ હશે, પણ એવું છે નહીં. જે નેક્સ્ટ કોન્સેપ્ટ છે એમાં બધું મિક્સ છે, that is classification of forest according to ownership, administration and management, right? ત્રણેયનું મિક્સ છે. The forests of India are classified into three types. Again, the forest has been divided into three types on the basis of ownership, administration and management. First, state forest. State, Rajya, right? Central or state government controls such forest. Central or state government controls such forest. Most of the forest of the country fall under this category. Most of the countries of this, most of the forest of these countries, right? જેટલા પણ forest છે ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર, either they are being controlled by the state or they are being controlled by the central government. Second, community forest, or you can say communal forest. Local self-government institution, એટલે ગ્રામ પંચાયત, municipality, corporation or district panchayat have control over such forest. State છે, કોઈ સિટીમાં ફોરેસ્ટ છે, હવે એની અંદર સિટીઝની અંદર નાના નાના ગામડાઓ, હવે ગામડાની અંદર પણ કેટલાક એરિયા એવા હોય જ્યાં ફોરેસ્ટ, રાઈટ, ગુજરાતમાં તો ઓછું જોવા મળે, but when we go down to the south we find more greenery. So the big cities are there, and even in the cities there are small villages, and even in the villages there is some part of the area which has been covered by trees, or that is known as the forest. બધી જગ્યાએ તો ગવર્મેન્ટ નથી પહોંચી શકતી, સ્ટેટ ઓર ધી સેન્ટ્રલ, so they have divided the power. So that is known as communal forest. So what is communal forest? A forest which has been controlled by the gram panchayat, ગામડાની જે ગ્રામ પંચાયત હોય તે, municipality, municipal corporations, or even the district panchayat. District એટલે જિલ્લો. આપણે સુરેન્દ્રનગર કેમ જિલ્લો છે, અહીંયા ફોરેસ્ટ નથી. સપોઝ એક્ઝામ્પલ તરીકે સુરેન્દ્રનગરમાં કોઈ એવો એરિયા છે which is spreading 5 to 10 or 20 kilometers, which is covered with dark trees and the wild resources, right? તો એનું કંટ્રોલ સુરેન્દ્રનગર ડિસ્ટ્રિક્ટના અંડરમાં આવશે, or મ્યુનિસિપાલિટીના અંડરમાં આવશે. એવું અહીંયા છે નહીં, but if it is there, if it was there, so this would be the type of concept that is known as communal forest. ત્યાં પછી સ્ટેટ અને સેન્ટ્રલ ચેક કરવા આવે નહીં, એ પાવર્સ ડિવાઈડ કરી દે, રાઈટ. પાવર શું કરે? ડિવાઈડ કરી દે. ભાઈ તમારા એરિયામાં છે તો ડિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ છે કે પંચાયત છે કે કોઈ મ્યુનિસિપાલિટી છે તો એમના અંડરમાં આટલી વસ્તુ આવશે, right? If the forest would be there in Surendranagar, but sad fact, Gujarat doesn't have too much of forest, right? બહુ ઓછી જગ્યાએ. Next, third, the private forest. Private, the term private is clear, પોતાનું, right? So what is this private forest? Such a forest is owned by individuals. આખું ફોરેસ્ટ કોઈ ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલે ખરીદી લીધું by the government, અને પછી પ્રાઇવેટ થઈ જાય. શું થઈ જાય? પ્રાઇવેટ, right? Such forests are found more in Odisha, Meghalaya, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, etc. Right? કદાચ MCQ માં પૂછાઈ શકે, where are the places or which are the places where private forest is being found? નીચે ચાર ઓપ્શન હોય, ચારમાંથી કોઈ બી એક આવી શકે, right? Meghalaya, Punjab, Odisha and Himachal Pradesh, where individuals own the private forest. આખું forest ખરીદી લે, they own the forest, right? That is known as private forest. And the places are Odisha, Meghalaya, Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. Some of these forests are in haphazard condition, or some of them are totally barren. Haphazard condition means બહુ જ ખરાબ કન્ડિશનમાં ફોરેસ્ટ છે, right? Or some of them are totally barren. તો આ કેટલાક એવા છે જે એકદમ સાવ ડ્રાય થઈ ગયા છે, ત્યાં કોઈ જાતનું પર્ટિક્યુલર કહેવાય ને ધ્યાન આપવામાં આવતું નથી. બેરન એટલે એમ્પ્ટી પ્લેસ ઓર એમ્પ્ટી પીસ ઓફ લેન્ડ, રાઈટ? ફોરેસ્ટ હતું એક ટાઈમે, ખરીદી લીધું, બટ મેન્ટેનન્સ કંઈ જ નહીં, કોઈ જ રીતે કંઈ ધ્યાન આપવામાં નહીં, અને એ પડ્યું એની સાથે બેરન થઈ ગયું, એમ્પ્ટી પીસ ઓફ લેન્ડ, રાઈટ? This is known as private forest. Right? So these are the classification of forest according to ownership, administration and the management. First, state forest, second, community forest, and third, that is private forest. બંને કોન્સેપ્ટ છે, બંને કોન્સેપ્ટમાં ત્રણ પોઈન્ટ્સ છે, બંને અલગ છે. ફર્સ્ટ ઇઝ ટાઈપ્સ ઓફ ફોરેસ્ટ. ફોરેસ્ટની ટાઈપ્સ કીધી છે, રાઈટ? રિઝર્વ, પ્રોટેક્ટેડ અને અનક્લાસિફાઈડ. અને જે સેકન્ડ કોન્સેપ્ટ છે એ ક્લાસિફિકેશનનો છે. તો ક્લાસ ફોરેસ્ટને કેવી રીતે ભાગ પાડ્યા? તો પહેલો સ્ટેટ ઓર સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટ કંટ્રોલ કરશે, સેકન્ડમાં કમ્યુનિટી એટ ધી લોકલ લેવલ, ગ્રામ પંચાયત, ડિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ, મ્યુનિસિપાલિટી ઓર કોર્પોરેશન, અને થર્ડ છે પ્રાઇવેટ ફોરેસ્ટ, જે કોઈ ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલે ખરીદી લીધું છે અને પોતાના અંડર કંટ્રોલમાં છે, રાઈટ? So there is a difference between these two concepts. Please do not get confused between these two different concepts. First is the types of forest, and second is the classification based on administration, ownership and management. Next concept, right? That is deforestation. What is deforestation? We all know. Deforestation એટલે શું? Cutting of trees. That is known as deforestation, right? Still I am reading it. Deforestation means the destruction of forests. This is not a problem of our country alone, but is one of the global problems, right? એક ઝાડ, એક ટ્રી જેને ડેવલપ થતા 10 to 20 years થાય છે, that has been been cut by a machine within few minutes or few hours, and આખો એરિયા એ blank થઈ જાય. And the worst part is the new trees are not being planted in that area. So the amount of deforestation is constantly increasing. This is a global problem, not in our country but at the international level. Why? Because as the technology is being improving, there are new methods and new ways through which the trees are being cut. The demand of wood is constantly increasing. Look at the amount of furniture that we have in our houses. એમને બની જાય છે? No, it has been made from the wood. So look at the population of our country. What amount of wood that would be required, right? Furniture તો એક નાનો કોન્સેપ્ટ છે. એવી ઘણી અલગ અલગ જગ્યાએ વુડનો ઇસ્તેમાલ થતો હશે. ટેબલ્સ, ચેર્સ, when you go to restaurants, right, ત્યાં પણ ટેબલ્સ અને ચેર્સમાં, કોઈ બીજી જગ્યા હોટેલ્સમાં જાઓ તો ત્યાં પણ ટેબલ, ચેર્સ, બેડ્સ and everything that is made up of wood. And in the whole world, the demand of wood is constantly increasing. So deforestation has been done on a very huge level, right? There's one chapter in Standard 11, right, in English, right, which is related to this planet. And they have made in survey, general knowledge goes, they have made in survey that even today, at this moment, that is in the 2020 December, if you plant 5 trees, not 1, not 2, but 5. If you plant 5 trees in each house, then only this global environment can be kept down or can be, come onto the normal level. તમે ઇમેજિન કરી શકો છો કેટલા ટ્રીઝ રિક્વાયર્ડ હશે. એક ઘરમાં 5 મોટા ટ્રીઝ, એક સોસાયટીમાં એટલીસ્ટ 20 houses, in 20 houses are there, 10 on both the sides, for example, let us say. So in one society you need to plant 100 trees. So there are different societies and there are different houses. So that can make the environment stable. કેમ ઠંડીમાં બહુ ઠંડી પડે, ગરમીમાં બહુ ગરમી થાય, વરસાદમાં બહુ વરસાદ આવે? Why this is happening? Because the global level is not maintained. જે ટેમ્પરેચર છે એ મેન્ટેન થતું નથી, રાઈટ? કચ્છમાં બહુ વરસાદ પડ્યો in the monsoon season, right, recently. It's a dry place. ત્યાં સૌથી ઓછો વરસાદ પડવો જોઈએ તો ત્યાં નદીઓ ભરાઈ ગઈ. Why? The global level is on an imbalanced structure. Because of this concept, that is deforestation, and that has been clearly mentioned in the 11th chapter, that in the 11th standard textbook in English, that we need to plant on an average 5 trees per house, then only we can calm down the environment. નહીતર હજી પણ environment global level એ વધારે ને વધારે ખરાબ થતું જશે. We don't think all these things. કદાચ હું ભણાવીશ તમે યાદ રાખશો, જેવો લેક્ચર પૂરો થશે તમે ભૂલી જશો. But if we don't take care of this planet, જો આપણે આ પ્લેનેટનું ધ્યાન નહીં રાખીએ, right, then nature is going to give its reply in its own way. Earthquake, too much of rain, too much of heat, too much of wind, too much of winter, and all these things. That destroys the human as well as the natural resources too. Right? Trees play a very important role in balancing the environment. So this is the current condition right now. એક ઘરમાં 5 મોટા ઝાડ હોય ને, એવું આખા ઇન્ડિયામાં થાય ને, ત્યારે બેલેન્સ થશે આપણું ટેમ્પરેચર અથવા આપણું એન્વાયરમેન્ટ. Right? You can see the example of Delhi, how worst it is. Right? This is what will happen even in the other states if we do not take care of the environment. Right? If you cannot plant 5 trees, 5 નથી થતા, તો at least plant 1 tree as a social activity to protect this environment, so that the next generation will get some of the benefits. Right? Moving ahead. This is not a problem of our country alone, but is of one of the global problems. It can be said that it is the result of progress of man. It can be said that it is the result of progress of man. માણસ જેમ જેમ આગળ વધતું ગયું, પ્રોગ્રેસ કરતું ગયું, એમ જંગલ ઓછા થતા ગયા. ત્યાં હાઈવેઝ બનતા ગયા, કેનાલ્સ બનતી ગઈ, નદીસ બનતી ગઈ, હોટેલ્સ બનતી ગઈ, રાઈટ, રસ્તાઓ થતા ગયા, ફ્લાયઓવર્સ થતા ગયા, and many more things which we might have not even imagined. Right? The progress of man has led to deforestation. એક બાજુ બહુ સારો મોલ છે, બહુ સારા એરિયા છે, બધું સારું, પણ જે ફોરેસ્ટ છે ને એ ઓછા થતા ગયા. right? Trees are destroyed naturally, however, it is negligible compared to the loss inflicted by human interference. Right? Human interference is the main cause or root of everything. Humans want this and that, and for that luxurious need, they do not take care of the environment, or they do not think either of the environment and develop in such a way, right, that the nature is being disturbed or the environment gets imbalanced by itself. Right? And humans are the ones that who have to suffer. Right? Bombay માં જુઓ ને થોડોક વરસાદ આવે એટલે બધાના ઘરમાં પાણી ઘૂસી જાય. Some of might be of relatives might be staying over there, right? શું કામ આવું થાય છે? Because there is no space where the water can flow. જ્યાંથી પાણીનો રસ્તો હતો જવાનો ત્યાં મકાનો બની ગયા, ત્યાં રસ્તાઓ બની ગયા, પછી પાણી વરસાદ આવે એટલે પાણી ક્યાં જાય? ઘરમાં ના ઘૂસે. On one side it is in development, એક સાઈડ દેખાય ઓ અહીંયા કઈ નહોતું ને અહીંયા હાઈવે બની ગયો, રસ્તા બની ગયા, મકાન અને ફ્લેટ્સ બની ગયા, right? But on the other side you are disturbing the nature. You are disturbing the nature, right? Trees plays a very important role in balancing the environment, right? That is why this chapter is been included in your social science, that is forest and the wildlife resources. We are stopping the video over here. We are not moving ahead, right? Because ઘણા બધા નવા concepts છે, right? That we have to think and we have to learn, but we'll discuss in the next session, right?